Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, we're going to have a look today at the second part of the future. Okay, so we've already had a look at the plans and intentions, and today we're going to be talking and looking at the predictions. Okay, so as you can see, predictions, we have four different types of predictions. Okay, predictions with to be going to, a prediction with will, predictions with the future continuous, and predictions with may, might, could, plus well. Okay? The difference between a prediction and a plan. Okay? A prediction is something that you think or believe will happen sometime in the future. Okay? So predictions would be going to. Now have a little look at these lovely little pictures. Okay, so I think it's going to snow. The weather forecast said so. Okay, it is going to snow. I am going to faint. All right. So we use be going to in situations where it is based on physical evidence. Okay, on what we already know for certain. I'm going to move over there. Okay, so things that we already know for certain. So all based on physical evidence. If you look in the sky, if you're my little penguin and you look up in the sky and you see clouds and you see grey clouds and it's cold, you are fairly sure, you are sure that it is going to snow. Okay, because you have the physical evidence. Your physical evidence is what you see in front of you. So if you see clouds that are grey, that are dark, and if you're a penguin, imagine you're a penguin, you know that means it is going to snow. Even though it's not snowing at that moment in time, you have the evidence to show you that is going to happen. Okay? I am going to faint. Same thing, okay? If you're starting to feel sick or ill, and if anyone has ever fainted before, okay, desmayar, if you ever have before, you already know that you have a weird feeling beforehand. So that is your evidence that something is going to happen, okay? Now, with be going to, we use are, you, he, she, it, we, they, okay, plus the verb to be in the present tense, so am, is, or are, plus going to, plus the verb that we're talking about. Okay, so for example, here, it refers to the object. So it is going to snow. Okay, so snow is our verb, and then we have going to. Okay. All right, so we're going to take a little closer look at this information. So it's going to explain it a bit clearer for you. It is going to snow. As I mentioned before, you can see the snow clouds and it's very cold. So this information is your physical evidence. And so you know that in a moment's time or in some time in the future, it is going to snow based on the clouds that you see in the sky. I am going to faint. Again, I feel ill. I feel sick. So I know that I'm going to faint. Okay? More examples would be going to. So, here are two more examples for you to have a look at. Millie is going to run out of money soon. I know how much money Millie has. Okay, so Millie's my friend. I know her. I know that she has how much money she has. And I know how fast she's spending it. So there is no way that she has enough money to stay rich or to keep her money. So she's going to run out of money soon because I know with the physical evidence that she hasn't got enough money to stay, to keep her money. You are going to enjoy this music. Okay, I know the sort of music you like, and I've chosen this for you. So based on evidence that I know of you, I know that you like, electronic music. So the music I've chosen for you is for that music to enjoy. Okay? All right then. So, predictions with will. Right, this is slightly different. So, sorry, I've got a bit of a cold today. For future events which are based on something we believe to be true but can't be proved. So, this is where our predictions are using I think normally or something that you believe. Okay? So, robots will rule the earth in 2030. Okay, I have no proof. I have no evidence. I have nothing to show that this is going to be correct. Okay? But it's something that I believe that is going to be true. I think it's true, but I can't prove it. There's no evidence. Okay? There will be another ice age. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, pardon me. There's going to be another ice age. There will be, another ice age. Okay, so again, I believe there will be one. I don't have any proof. There's no evidence. But it's something that I truly believe that's going to happen or I think is going to happen. So we use will in those situations. Okay? I, you, he, she, it, we, they, plus will, plus the verb. So there, or robots, will rule. Okay, so will and rule. Interestingly enough, when we use will, we do not change we don't change will for he, she, it. It stays exactly the same. Okay, it's one of the easiest ones to remember because it doesn't change. It stays exactly the same. All right. All right, so here's a couple more examples for you. People won't go to Jupiter before the 22nd century. Now, here we have it in a negative. So here we have the positive. I've given you the positive form, but we can also use the negative. This is the shortened version of will not. So both are correct, and we can use both. Okay? So people won't plus go, which is our verb, or go to, our verb, Jupiter before the 22nd century. And it will rain tomorrow. Okay? We have our it referring to here, will, our verb, in the future, and rain, the verb, plus tomorrow. Okay? Here we don't have any evidence. Okay? If it was today and I saw the clouds, okay, then this is where I'd say it is going to rain. But because we don't know tomorrow what's going to happen, we don't know if it's going to be a cloudy day or if it's going to be a sun. It's something that we believe, but we don't have evidence. So this is where we use will. Okay? Okay, so predictions with future continuous. Now, future continuous is a little bit different. So, it's based on habits and actions in progress in the future. So, you have to imagine that you're going to have a time machine, and from this moment in time, you're going to go into the future, into another moment of time, and you're going to imagine that you're going to be saying or doing what you're doing in that moment, but back here in the present. So let me explain. They won't be earning a lot of money this summer. Okay. This summer is referring to, let's imagine, June or July. All right? We are now in the present tense, okay? We're talking about now. If I look into the future, okay, into June, what will I be doing in that summer? So imagining that I am now in summer, in the future, what is it that I'm doing at that moment in time? Okay, and because I'm talking about it in the future, because I'm back here in the present, it's will be doing or will be whatever. So they will not or won't, which is the negative of will, be earning, so earn is our verb plus ing, a lot of money this summer. Okay, we're talking about something in the future, and we're talking about something that's going to be a habit or an action in the future, and we're using the continuous. Okay? This time next week, I will be doing my exam. Right, next week on Wednesday, I know I have an exam. And right now, the time is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. So I know on that Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I will be in an exam. So this time next week, I will be doing my exam. Okay? Excellent. All right, here are a couple more ideas or examples. So, this time next year, I will be sunbathing on a beach. Okay, so I have decided that next year at this time, I will be sunbathing on a beach somewhere. All right, it will be something that I will be doing, not now, but in the future. Okay, in 20 years' time, so 20 years down the road, I will be working for a big company. So I know that in 20 years' time, when I have a job and when I've finished my school or whatever I'm doing, I will be working for a big company. Okay, right. So the last one that we use predictions with. So may, might, could, plus well. So we know that may and might and could are types of modal verbs, okay, which means that they do not change for any reason, okay? We do not change them when we're talking about one person or in a third person singular, which is he, she, it. They stay the same. Now, here are all the options that we can say. May not well, may well, might not well, might well, could well, okay? But we could also just say may not, may, might not, might, could. Now, we use this in the same way we use future possibility. So, we can use these either with talking about something that's will or the future continuous, but it's something that is used that's more certain. Sorry, less certain, okay? So, less certain. So, I'll explain. I may get accepted onto the course. Okay, there's a probability, now we're talking about the possibility of doing something or not. I may get accepted means it's not 100%, and it's not as likely as me saying, for example, I will be accepted onto the course. Okay? You're not as sure as you would be if you were to say will. Alright? I might earn a good salary when I leave university. I'm not sure. I could get a good salary or it could be a very low salary. Okay? It's something that we're not sure about. Alright? Alright, so here we go through a little bit more. So, my parents might not buy me a car. Okay. My parents, they might, okay, so might, we're using might instead of may or could. Alright. They're very much the same thing. So may, might, and could. However, just one situation you need to make sure you understand. So let me put this here. Please note, if you use could and a negative, okay, it doesn't mean the same as may and might in prediction. So we use couldn't when we're talking about something that's impossible. So let me explain. My parents could not buy me a car. That means that it was impossible that they bought me a car. O sea, no pueden, o no pudo. Okay, so o no pudieron. Okay, so my parents could buy me a car, pueden comprarme algo. My parents may buy me a car or might buy me a car in the positive. Okay, but when we're using the negative, we can only use might not and may not when we're talking about predictions in the future. Okay, I might pass my exams next summer. So again, might or may or could. because it's a positive sentence. I could pass my exams, but I'm not sure. I might pass my exams, but I'm not sure. Okay? We add well to make the prediction more certain. So, my parents might well not buy me a car. So, instead of just saying my parents might not buy me a car, because you're not sure, but you think they could. They probably will buy you a car, but you're not 100% sure. But if you say my parents might well not buy me a car, when you put the well, then it's very, very sure that they're not going to buy you a car. Okay? So the well always comes after the modal verb. And if we're using a negative, it goes in between the negative, not, and the modal. Okay? So I hope that explained a little bit more about predictions in the future. Thank you. And I'm very sorry about having a cold. I hope you understand.